Thank you for joining me for this quick overview of finding peer-reviewed journal articles using the Jerry Falwell Library website. Now, first of all, there are several ways to find peer-reviewed journal articles, and really the best way depends on what your topic is. But let me highlight a couple of ways to do this. First of all, you could search using the Search Anything box on the main page here. You would simply change All to Articles, and then you could select these two options to search for what you needed. Now, this is a little bit more of a broad way to search. Now, let me show you an alternative that would allow you to be a little bit more specific. This would be to use the database called EBSCO, and I'll explain that as we go here. But in order to get there, first of all, go to the top of the page, click on Collections, then choose Databases. Now, from here, you can scroll down, and you'll see the EBSCO Quick Search function here in the middle of the page. Click on this feature, and just as this loads, EBSCO is a company that owns a number of databases, and using this EBSCO Quick Search feature will allow you to search multiple databases that they own all at once. So you wouldn't have to go into those individual databases to search. You could search them all at once. Now, this is a good strategy to use for a number of different topics. In fact, if you have a pretty complex, complicated research question or research topic, and you really want to be a little bit more specific in how you search, most of the time this is a great way to do it. Now, a couple of features that we need to highlight here. You'll notice that the three search bars will appear in the top left hand corner. Many times you can get away with just using the one search bar and the first search bar there at the top. But let's say that you wanted to do a search on the effects of divorce on children. We'll use a couple of tips and tricks here to show you how we can do this. You can use this first search bar. We'll type in divorce, and again, sometimes you can get away with just using this one search bar, but for our purposes here, let me show you a couple of other things you can do. So we typed in divorce, and we want to be more specific than that. We want to look for divorce and effects, and also we might say effects or, and when we use or, we make that capitalized, and or consequences, because those both of those terms carry the same idea. Now we stick that in the second search bar. Now in the third search bar, we want to look for both children, or maybe the articles use the word child instead of children. So one trick to do that, you can type in child, put in an asterisk in after the word child or after the letter D, and that will look for any ending after that. So it looks for child or children. So that's just one tip there for searching here. If you had a specific phrase that you wanted to search for, not the individual words, you would want to make sure you stick that phrase in quotation marks. So let's click on search. And now we have the results from our search. Now, a couple of things to mention. Sometimes you may or may not want to check this box for full text. This will ensure that we have immediate access to these articles in this database. If you weren't to check that, you might still have access to the articles, but this makes sure that, if you just are looking for articles right off the cuff here, you can get those articles for certain. Now, you also, for the sake of finding peer-reviewed journals, you'll want to check this box. This will take out anything that's not considered scholarly peer-reviewed, and then that limits things down a little bit more. You'll notice you're also able to change the publication dates if your professor were to say that they wanted a specific year range of articles. Once you're ready to view an article, you could simply click on PDF full text at the bottom of the entry, or you could click on the title to find the information about the article in particular. Thank you for using the Jerry Falwell Library website, and remember that the Jerry Falwell Library has what you need to succeed.